got a lot of static.
Hi again. I'd like to talk about some more features that are coming to Howler 10. And we've already talked about some of the bigger features, such as new particle tools and the new undo system. But I'd like to go through some of the finer, more subtle features. And I'm just going to start with the file menu because it's a good place to start. And I'm going to talk about the raw loader has been integrated. It used to be a plugin. In the past, we used plugins because they were simple to add new features outside of our regular development cycles, but also becomes something of a code maintenance problem. So we've been, over the last, since about version 6, we've been integrating plugins, and we've really eliminated a lot of plugins and made them more integral. Makes it easier to maintain, it makes them more standard, and so the raw is another one that's been, the raw loader is one that's been integrated, and it gives us some opportunities to make them more standard or more robust, or sometimes we get some speed improvements in there as well. Moving on to the browser, there's been some subtle changes here. At one point, I think in version 9.6, the start or restart button was broken, so we've gone ahead and removed that. It does not work quite the same as it did when it was a plugin. This has been integrated as of 9.6. And we've also made the reload button a little more robust in that it cleans up older files better than it used to. For example, you might have had a file that was the thumbnail was in the cache, but the file had been updated without the thumbnail being updated. The reload button will now do a better job of cleaning up situations like that. We've also gained some a little more interactivity and a few speed improvements in there as well. So that is the browser. We also have, as you know, in the Howler, various ways of image processing or batch processing files. One is the batch browser, which lets you basically select files and go and apply batch processing and image conversion and renaming all to those multiple files at the same time. And that's very convenient, but it's all very icon based. But we also have a browser, or a batch processor that lets you work just basically with lists of text. In some cases where you have a lot of files, it's just easier to work that way. Say you've rendered out an image sequence and you need it in a different format. Somebody needs JPEGs instead of, TIFF files or whatever. Very easy to do in the batch processor. So let's just select some files. These files are provided by HollywoodCameraWorks.com. I like to call them out because they provide these files for artists to practice their craft. Very useful for compositing or other types of work you might need to practice. Basically, you can use the Shift or Control, or you can just multiple select the files you want. You don't have to batch process all the files in a folder. So I'm just going to do about that many of them. In the past, we had a checkbox telling it to use a destination folder. We realized that just providing the destination folder was enough for it to know that. So you don't have to hit a checkbox for that anymore. If you didn't use the destination folder, these would be converted into the same folder. It will warn you that you're gonna overwrite files if you happen to use the same format. So anyways, let's go ahead and select a format. We'll use JPEG. Click on process, and we also now have a nice little progress of what's being converted, and that'll be done in just a moment. So those are just some simple changes coming to the batch processor in Howler. And that about concludes this video. We'll talk more about some of the other menus in other future videos and some of the other features that are coming. But those are just basically some fine improvements that are coming to Howler. Thanks for watching, and talk to you later.